Yo, 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 what's up, man? What's good, Marky? Appreciate you for tapping in. We chilling. Y'all already know exactly what time it is. We back at ourselves some more game on the ground for the Munger House. Just got the panel ready for the next round. Who's willing to stick around, man? It's been a pretty relaxing day for the most part. I mean, get up and get to the grind, but that's just a part of it. It was, it's funny. It was when I was chilling out here in Eaton, it was real windy. Once I started going live, the wind just boom stopped just like that. Isn't it crazy how things just work out in your favor sometimes, even when you don't expect it to. Sometimes it just works out, and then you realize that was God right there. hmm Yeah, yeah, that was God right there, man. There's a lot of situations that I look back at and realize, yeah, that was God right there, man. Even when you don't realize it in the moment, when you look back, you're like, man, that's crazy, you know. Certain instances where I've almost you need to just get the back up to 1K because they be. Yeah, I know, man. I know. It's a shame. It's a shame. It sucks too. But I don't know, man. It'd be annoying how the algorithm be doing, how they be doing these two accounts, man. It's like, bruh, it's like they're not trying to give you no sporting chance. But hey, I'm gonna go ahead and get on with this topic. What are we even talking about today? What is evil? That's what we're talking about today. What is evil? This is going to be interesting. A lot of people, when you look around, you see a lot of people who are complaining, who do complain. I've heard, people complain about this a lot too, If God was real, then he would stop all the evil that's going on in the world right now. If God was real, he would stop this. If God was real, he would stop that. He would do this. He would do that. But the thing is, what is evil? Have you ever stopped to look to stop? Have you ever stopped to think about what is evil? Because evil to us is different compared to evil to us is what we perceive to be evil is different from what God thinks it is or what God knows it is. What we perceive as evil, yeah, I don't know if you saw, but I was nodding my head about that. Uh, what we perceive to be as evil, is lying, stealing, cheating. Well, that's not really cheating. Isn't really. Well, we don't consider cheating to be evil, but offing people for no reason. All that stuff we perceive to be evil, but we don't stop to think what's in our head is evil too. The thoughts we have, the things we think about. You know, Even Jesus himself said that if you look at somebody with lust, you've already committed adultery in your heart. The thoughts that you have are evil too. That's why they say our ways are not God's ways. Our thoughts are not God's thoughts. And that's a fact because we think evil every single day. So when you say that God would stop this, God would stop that, would he stop you from breathing too because you think evil every single day? You wake up, you see a chick with a fat fast, and you're like, dang, she got a fat fast, man. Look at that. Do you realize that you're filling your mind with sinful, toxic thoughts, that God perceives to be evil, that God says is evil. He says not to look at somebody with lust, because then you've already committed adultery. Same thing with a female. She looks, say, man, and I doubt women probably think this. I don't know, but if a female looks at a dude and says, man, I wonder how big his is, that's committing adultery in your heart because you're looking at somebody with lust. It goes both ways. When you think about offing somebody, you've already committed that crime in your heart. It goes more beyond just doing it. It's thinking it too. Having the ideas, having the thoughts in your head. And what the freak? Y'all, I'm just pretending like y'all didn't see that, man. We just gonna keep on going. But there's a difference between having your thoughts here, and then doing them too. It's just where would God stop the evil at? The lying level, the cheating level, the offering level, the mental level, or should He just stop it all? Because anything that opposes God is evil. If we sit here and wake up, and the first thing that's on our mind as men is getting into a female's cheeks, as long as if it ain't your wife, it's evil. To God, it's evil. In His eyes, it's evil. So with that being said, what is evil? It's a very good question that y'all should be asking yourselves. What is evil? I don't think we stop to ask that enough. There's different levels to evil, and we don't realize it because we're so caught up in what's going on now. We don't think big picture. We don't think on a bigger scale. We think on a small scale. We think what's going on now. What we see that's going on right now, we perceive to be evil, but there's a lot more evil out there in the world that y'all don't even realize because you're too busy being focused on in the now. You're too busy being focused in one section. You're not looking at the whole picture as a whole. Y'all gotta look at it from a spiritual standpoint and realize there's this whole world is filled with evil. And it's a shame when you think about it. But at the end of the day, just being one person, all you can do is just point it out and keep moving. There ain't nothing else that you can do about it. But yeah, man, I'm going to go ahead and end that episode right there. I'll be right back for the last episode of the night. With that being said, appreciate y'all for tapping in. Make sure y'all share with y'all friends, y'all families, y'all mummies, y'all aunties, y'all grannies, and everybody else that y'all know. And I'll be right back with the next episode. Tap the follow and the bell button. Deuces.